Welcome to Hawaii, the world capital of aloha, and maybe even the curvature. You'll get the whole island chain of Hawaii, the Big Island, Maui, Lanai, Kaho'olawe, Molokai, Oahu, where is Honolulu, Kauai, and Ni'iau. That's a whole stretch of the Hawaiian island chain. There's a bunch more little islands that we don't really see unless we close in. And one of those little islands I'd like to show you is Molokini. It is a teeny weeny, itsy bitsy teeny weeny island of Molokini that I'm showing to you today. Okay. Here it is, Molokini, a small little crescent-shaped island, and it's close to McKenna Beach. McKenna Beach is a nice little destination if you're on Maui. It has big beach and little beach. Big beach is normal for normal people, nice long beach. And little beach is for the clothing optional swimmers, or people who like to lay on the beach naked. But let's keep our clothes on right now. Let's take a 3D look at Molokini with Google Earth. And here we have McKenna Beach. You can see the little pu'u, the little hill, little mound here, which is close to Molokini. And as we look closer into Molokini, you can see it's a remnant of a crater, like most of the pu'us and little hills in Hawaii. You can see the shoreline. There's a lot of boats and swimmers and snorkelers, divers. It's one of the best places to snorkel in the world, they say. Alright. So it's not that tall of an island. And we're observing that from the Big Island. So let's measure the distance of what we're measuring here. Our distance sight. Distance of our sight. Okay, so I'm standing on the Kohala Mountain just over Hawi Town. About here, it says 53 miles away, which is Molokini from our viewpoint, which I'm going to show you on this video. So if we have 53 miles, let's calculate how it would wind up on the Earth curvature. So it's 8 inches per mile squared. Okay, if you use the math using the size of the Earth radius at 3,963 miles, so it's not 3961, it's not 4,000 miles, it's that one number there that Google and all its mathematicians and scientists and the NASA, they conspired to give you that number. So let's look at the elevations here on the elevation map. Let's close in, see Molokini. It's going to clear up a little bit. Give it a few seconds, please. There we go. Alright, this is the elevation map. You can see the curvature lines on the slopes. And Molokini doesn't seem to have many curvature lines. Let's try to see what's its elevation. It's in the minuses. Minus 417, minus 420. So I'm grabbing underwater, it seems. I can't get a grab on Molokini. No, let's see on Google. If Google knows from scientific measurements as much as it knows the radius of the Earth, the globe Earth. So this is where I was standing to view, to see what we can see on the video. 1,680 feet. Okay, I believe I was about 1,500 feet according to my altimeter, which you don't see in this video, just below that highway in the hills. Because on the highway we can see the sign, it says 1,500 feet of elevation. And we go up a little bit and then we go down a little bit. So I got a few clues that we're about 1,500 feet to view this video here I'm about to present to you. So Molokini, according to Google, is 160 feet. Okay? 160 feet is the tallest point. So most of the island is below 160 feet tall from the ocean level. Whether it's low tide or high tide, I don't know. Okay? That's how tall Molokini is. Bear in mind that 160 feet would be the top of it. And we're going to see more than just the top from where we're looking at. Let's do the math. 53 miles away. 53, we square that number times itself. 53 times 53 equals 2,809. We multiply that number by 2/3 of a foot, 8 inches to the foot, 0.6666. We get 1,872 feet. So if I were to stand on the shore of Molokini, I wouldn't be able to see anything on the big island that is below 1,872 feet. There are plenty of points on the big island that are taller than that, but would I be able to see where I was standing over Javi on the Kohala Mountain Road? It's below the highway. So let's look at my video. What can I show you? Start with this one. Okay, so we can see the land stretching out to the ocean, several miles. It's the island of Kaolave. This is the island of Lanai. And on the right side is Maui, but we're looking at in the middle is Molokini. Small little island of Molokini. The itsy bitsy teeny weeny island of Molokini. Let's close in. You can see the white line there. at the bottom of Lanai is kind of the curvature line, and we can see on the right side that little hill is at McKenna Beach, big beach, little beach, clothing optional beach. Not there. Down. Right here is McKenna Hill. And you can see the shoreline of La Perouse Bay. You can see the water splashing on the shoreline. You can see a boat. If you look on the shoreline of Molokini, you can even see a little wave splashing, a little white splashing. The boat is not quite there yet. Almost there. Unless they're coming back from there. Okay. So 53 miles away. Let's look at another shot of it from the same point. Sunset shot. Got Kaolave in the foreground. It looks bigger than Lanai, which is next to it. And Lanai's got its top covered with clouds. But Lanai is bigger and taller than Kaolave. You can see Maui on the right side and Molokini in the middle. Nice sunset shot of Molokini. There you go. Okay, 160 feet tall. And from that point, we don't see waves splashing on it right now, but we can see the shoreline of Molokini. You can see the white line here of the curvature before Lanai. So Lanai must be just a bit past the curvature. We don't see its shoreline. There was no waves at that time. It's the same place, different time of day. It was in the middle of the morning. Again, Kaolave on the left, Lanai with its top hidden between the clouds, and Molokini. Beautiful little island. You can see waves at its shore. Can we? Yeah. Little splashing white waves. Okay. That's on the shore of Maui. Back to Molokini. So, you think I made my math right? I think at 53 miles away, 53 squaring the miles, and then we times that, multiply that by 8 inches to the foot, 2/3 of a foot. And that's how we calculate the curvature of the earth. You can look it up many times. You can do the triangle of Pythagoras all you want. Using that number that they give you, the experts, they give you 3,963 miles of radius if we live on a globe spinning in space, in the vacuum of space. Look at these quiet clouds there. The quiet day. They look like they're getting sucked out by the vacuum of space. If there wouldn't be anything above those clouds protecting them from space, would there? Other than atmosphere. Atmosphere is what? Gas? You exhale gas, you inhale gas, you fart gas. Do you see it? Does it look like anything that would hold anything in? You can see another nice sunset shot of Molokini. And this is the shoreline of Maui with, you can see the pu'u of Mekena. Unfortunately, we don't see the nudists on Little Beach, but from Molokini you probably could with my camera, Nikon P900. So again, Molokini is only 160 feet tall. You can go measure it if you don't believe Google. Maybe we should, because who knows what Google is up to? Who knows? Why is their number wrong? Or is it my numbers that are wrong? Huh? Anybody scold me on that? Say, hey Louis, get back to the math class right now. So I went a little further on the road and I took some more shots. And the next shot I got was at 2,500 feet. There's a sign by the highway just before that. It says 2,500 feet of elevation. I can at least rely on that. Can I rely that on that sign more than I can rely on Google's numbers? It's always good to double check. So I was sitting around here. There's a few houses below by the highway and across the highway. So let's close in a little bit. Okay, let's measure that from here. Molokini. Come on. Let's measure the distance. Somewhere here. So if I'm not that accurate, it is, say, 57 miles away. 57 miles away is where I'm going to show you the next video I shot from. 57 miles, let's calculate that. 57 times 57, squaring that number, 3,249 times 0.66666666, which is 2/3 of a foot. We get 2,165 feet of curvature, which is not an impressive number to clarify my point here, because I'm actually standing over 2,500 feet. Okay, so sorry to disappoint people at this moment, but it's good to show you the difference. It's good to show you what I got. Which one was that? This one here. Yep. I've been piling up gravel there lately. So we can see the islands. Kaulave, Lanai. You can see it stop right now. And still between the two. That's McKenna, La Perouse Bay, and Molokini. You can even see another island back there, but we're gonna talk about that in another video. So since I'm standing below, at 2,500 feet, you can see that the curvature is further than the shoreline of Molokini. Okay, so Molokini is fully on this side of the curvature. It's not hiding anything. You can see its bottom as much as the top, 160 feet tall. And we can see further, that's on the shore of Lanai maybe. Okay. And then I went a little further on the road, just by the 3,000 feet elevation mark, across from the Na'alapa horse stables. I want to get a horseback riding tour on top of the Kohala Mountain. Just call up Sherry and book yourself a tour. And that is further. Oh, the other way. The other way. Okay, that's the turn off. Okay, there's a little pu'u on the left side of the road, and I was standing there. You'll be able to recognize the pu'u in the beginning of the shot at 3,000 feet. Okay. And that is not that much further from our previous point of view when I was at 2,500 feet. Just a few miles more on the highway. And as we measure the distance, yeah, we're even measured a little bit shorter, but just to give you the idea, even with our mat here, we still fall short of my impressive mat that would throw away the theory of the globe. So at 3,000 feet, you can see the pu'u here, which I was pointing out from the Google map. Okay, so from there, between the islands of Lanai and Maui, we can see even Molokai further. Okay, this is La Perouse in front, and Molokini up here on the left. So you can see the shoreline of Molokini is before the curvature line. So it's nothing impressive here, but we can actually see Molokai back there, which I'll be talking about in another video. Okay. The shorelines of La Perouse Bay. You can see the waves splashing white. And then I'm going to show you another place I went to get a good shot from on the way to Kona. Between Kona and Waimea, there's the mountain road, and it's a nice road. I like that alternative. Instead of using the coast highway, which is hot and a lot of traffic, mountain road is got nice scenery and less traffic. This here is Pu'uva'ava'a, which kind of stands out when you're observing it from other places on the island. You see the streaks of lava flow that are about 100 years old or more or less. Several of them that go towards some expensive realty, the airport down here, and a bunch of resorts that have been built in the last 10 to 20 years, where the lava could flow again one of these days if the volcano feels like it's got too much pressure. You gotta release some. So here I was on the highway up here, which is about 2,000 feet of elevation. And from there I was observing, let's measure the distance to Molokini. Okay, right there, Molokini. 69 miles. 69. Well, we got a beach we call 69 here on the Big Island. It's a nice little friendly spot. 69 times 69, squaring 69 miles of distance. We get 4,761. Multiply that by 2/3, 0.66666. We get 3,173 feet. Whoa, that's a pretty big number if I'm only standing at 2,000 feet. And Molokini is only 160 feet tall, but I see more than just the top of it. Let's look at the height, the elevation of that highway where I was standing on the slopes of Hualalai over Kona on the drive towards Waimea. Okay, here's the Pu'uva'ava'a. You can see the lines here. Kind of follow the highway, curvature lines. Let's grab the road. So we get 2,041 feet. Okay, makes sense. Better sample, 1982. Here, 2,093 feet. So oh, that's a little too high. Yeah, 2,300. I didn't mean to grab above the highway. 1949. So we get the idea. It's about 2,000 feet of elevation. So I stopped on the side of the highway. It's really hard to find a parking spot there. And you'll see. Again, Molokini, only 160 feet tall. But if we were only to see the top of it, we would have a hard time distinguishing what it is in such a long distance. But we see more than just the top of Molokini. It's right above the highway. You can see the black lava rock and the streaks going down to the ocean. It's got Olave in the foreground. Cars driving by. I have a hard time seeing Lanai. Because of the clouds and the air is a bit of moisture in the air. You can see here Molokini right there. Okay, you can see the top and maybe the bottom. Not sure if we see the bottom. Okay, I want to show you a couple more things too. So there's Molokini, 69 miles away at 2,000 feet. All right, wanted to show you another interesting part from there that we were mentioning in my previous video, that I was mentioning, just me making this video. Nobody's helping me. I asked for a few people's help, but nobody cares. Nobody cares about the shape of our Earth. Okay, see this here? Recognize that? That's the Pu'u in Hana. And I can see that from the highway, 2,000 feet of elevation on the slopes of Hualala, and you can see the whole mound. You can even see the little trees on the ocean side of it. Okay, see, almost can see the shoreline, but I wouldn't bet on that. But you could almost say we do. And you can see across the water is the Kohala shore, Kohala Hills, and the town of Hawi is right around that hill. Okay, back on Maui, there's a summit, observatory up there, windmills. Okay, so let's see, that's McKenna. Okay, so let's do another piece of map here, see how far I was. No, that's not what I want to see. How far away I was from Hana to Kona. Okay, from my observation point, right next to the highway, around 2,000 feet of elevation. Measure the distance to Hana on Maui, easternmost point of Maui. I made another video about Hana. You should check it out. We get 68 miles, which is about 69. It's pretty much the same distance as it was to Molokini from my observation point. So if we can kind of see the shoreline in Hana, we can kind of see the shoreline on Molokini. Let's measure that again, calculate that. It's a big number, 3,173 feet that we wouldn't be able to see. That's 69 miles away, but at 68, what do we get? This number times 2/3, 0.66666, equals 3,082 feet. But I'm only standing at 2,000 feet elevation, and I can see the shoreline 68 miles away. How can that be? How can that be? So if we look at the curvature of the Earth, the map, okay, it can only be one number. It can't, somebody couldn't just guess that number. Say hi again, Robert. Robert, the expert, gave us the math here. The radius of the Earth. Could it be bigger than that? If we could fit all the continents on a bigger Earth and have the sun going around over them in the same time span? Huh? Have we ever taken a picture from above? A real picture from above the firmament? Hi, I'm Louis. Welcome to my tube, the Curvature Amateur. I have more to show you like this, so hold on to your thoughts. You can make some math all you want to compare it with my math. I like to keep things simple. I'm not a technician very well with computers, and I'm also a French Canadian, so if I have an accent, open your ears a little bit more. Okay? So if we look at what's going on in the world right now, it doesn't look too good, but we can still look at the world with an open mind and an open eye, or two eyes. It works even better than one eye. And as we're looking around, you can see that there are things that we were told. And the things we were told are not necessarily true. Like, are we really spinning on a globe in the vacuum of space? Try to spin a ball and see how it acts. Try to spin a ball with water on top of it. And when we look at the stars, How come they don't change from night to night, from year to year? When we'd be spinning in space and our solar system is supposed to be moving forward. How can that be possible? The flat earthers have came up with a lot of good topics to show that what we're looking at is not what we were told. But they also claim that there is no curvature, and that is what I'm here to show you, that there is actually curvature out there that we can see and we can kind of measure with some good reference points. And at home here in Hawaii, I got lots of footage, and it's probably the best place in the world to be looking at the curvature, since we got high mountains and we got a wide span of water between the islands. So stay tuned and you'll see that I'm not as crazy as I look. Okay? I'm not crazy at all. Give me a chance. And I'm not conspiring with anybody over this topic here, because I made my own observation and I made my own judgment, and it's all out of this head here. If you have anything to add to my thoughts, I'm open. And if you have any comments that are going to tell me how crazy I am, I'm not going to be taking that so personally. So be open-minded, be open-hearted, and open-eyed.